Hello, good morning, students. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, in the previous class, we discussed about multi-stage compression and also the minimum work done in case of multi-stage compression. Okay. So we are having one intermediate pressure that is given by P3, and that is equals to square root of P1 into P4. Uh, Today, I'll discuss one numerical problem in single stage reciprocating air compressor. Okay, one simple problem I'm going to take without clearance volume. Okay, uh, I'll dictate the problem. A single stage reciprocating air compressor takes 1 meter cube of air per minute at 1.013 bar and 15 degrees Celsius and delivers the same at 7 bar. Okay. If the law of compression is 1 PV raised to 1.35 equals to constant and the clearance is negligible, you see they'll give in the problem clearance is there or not. Okay. So you have to neglect the clearance. Compute the indicated power. Means you have to find out the power. A single stage, first you have to analyze it is a single stage reciprocating air compressor takes 1 meter cube of air, means V1 equals to 1 meter cube at 1.013 bar. It is atmospheric pressure, that is P1, and 15 degrees Celsius, that is T1. In this problem, V1, P1 and T1 are given and delivers the same at 7 bar, means P2 and P3 value are given 7 bar. Okay. And law of compression, that is PV raised to 1.35 equals to constant. It is nothing but your polytropic compression. Okay. And the clearance is negligible. Compute the indicated power. Okay. First, 1 meter cube per minute is given, that is the volume flow rate. So you have to find out, you have to convert in terms of meter cube per second, that is 1 meter cube divided by 60, that is 0.0167 meter cube per second. You are going to convert meter cube per minute into meter cube per second. Okay. Next, how to find out? The formula is very simple. Okay. So just you have to apply n divided by n minus 1. N divided by n minus 1 into mr T2 minus T1. That this derivation we derived in the beginning. Okay. N divided by n minus 1 is your polytropic compression, into m is your mass of the gas, and r is general gas constant, into T2 minus T1. Okay. In this, what are the things unknown? N is given, that is 1.35. M mass is given. Okay. Mass delivered we don't know. Okay, how much mass is there, but they have given the volume flow rate. R we don't know. As you know, R is nothing but 0.287, and T1 we know. The unknown things are M and T2. N is given. R you have to take, suppose if they are not giving, you have to assume the value of R as 0.287 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. M we don't know, mass of the gas, and T1 is given, that is T1 is how much? 27 degrees Celsius given in the 15 degrees Celsius given in the problem. Unknown thing is your T2 and M. Okay. How to find out M? Okay, so you know ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation is P1 V1 equals to MR T1. This is the ideal gas equation. Here in this case we know P1. P1 is how much? P1 is 1.013 bar. It is nothing but your atmospheric pressure. Okay. So 10 square Pascal. Remember. So this is the most important thing. You have to convert in kilo units. It is 1.013 into 10 square kilopascal. And V1 you have to put it in meter cube per second. Don't put in meter cube per minute, because we are going to express the power in terms of watts. Watt is nothing but joule per second. That's why you have to express V1 in terms of meter cube per second, not meter cube per minute. Suppose you express meter cube per minute, it is wrong. You have to express in terms of meter cube per second. And the value of R is 0.287 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. And T1 is your 15 degrees Celsius. You have to convert 15 degrees Celsius into Kelvin. So it is 288. So 1.013 into 10 square kilopascal into 0.0167 meter cube per second divided by 0.287 kilojoules per kg Kelvin into 288. After solving this problem, this one will get 0.0204 kg per second of air. So this much amount of the mass flows in the cycle. 0.0204 kg per second of mass flows, whereas 0.0167 it is a volume flow rate and it is mass flow rate. Don't make confusion between mass flow rate and volume flow rate. Now we find out one value. What is that value? M we found out, and we know N, but another unknown is T2. Then how to find out the value of T2? Okay, in that case, so you should remember the formula. Okay, what is the formula? T2 by T1 equals to P2 by P1 to the power of N minus 1 divided by N. You remember, this is the relationship between temperature and pressure for polytropic compression. Suppose if it is adiabatic compression, just instead of N, you have to take gamma. That is the difference. So relationship between temperature and pressure is given by either T2 by T1 equals to P2 by P1 to the power of N minus 1 divided by N, or you can express T1 by T2 equals to P1 by P2 to the power of N minus 1 divided by N. Both are same meaning. Okay, so here T1 is given, that is 15 degrees Celsius or 288 Kelvin, divided by T2. T2 is unknown thing, and P1 is given how much? It is 1.013 bar. And P2 is also given. Okay, P2 is nothing but your delivery pressure, that is 7 bar given in the problem. Okay, just you substitute the values. T1 is 15 degrees Celsius or 288. T2 is your unknown thing. P1 is 1 bar divided by P2 is your 7 bar. Okay, to the power of N is given in the problem, 1.35 minus 1 divided by 1.35. So after simplifying, we'll get the value of T2 as 475.3 Kelvin. Okay, very simple equation, you remember. So this is the equation we are using everywhere, even in gas power cycles, in auto cycle, diesel cycle, everywhere we are using same equation. You have to apply. Okay, so after solving, we are getting the value of T2 as 475.3 Kelvin. Now we found out the value of M and value of T2. Substitute these value in equation number 2, this equation. This is the what is the work done during compression process, N divided by N minus 1 into MR T2 minus T1. Another formula I think you might have remember, that is N divided by N minus 1 into P1 V1 P2 V2 minus P1 V1. That also you can apply. Okay, that P2 V2 minus P1 V1 is nothing but MR T2 minus T1. When temperature are given, you have to apply this formula. When pressure are given, you have to apply P2 V2 minus P1 V1. Okay, now N is 1.35 divided by 1.35 minus 1 into M. Just now we found out 0.0204 into R is what? 0.287, and T2 is just now we found out 475.3 minus T1 is initial temperature. Okay, so after solving this one, we'll get the value of work done during compression process is 4.23 kilojoules per second or 4.23 kilowatts. Very simple. Just you analyze this PV diagram. So this is the PV diagram, gives the single stage reciprocating air compressor without clearance volume. We don't have any clearance volume. 1 to 4 is constant pressure process. 1 to 2 is your polytropic compression process, and 2 to 3 is your discharge at constant pressure. Okay, so we'll have the highest pressure at 0.2. P2 and P3 are same because it is a constant pressure process, whereas P1 and P4 are same because it is called suction, and it is usually atmospheric pressure because the atmospheric air enters inside the compressor. P1, V1, T1, and after compressing will have the highest pressure. That high pressurized air is delivered to the places where it is required. So this is very simple problem. Okay, so I'll go through another problem. Okay, okay, this is the problem number 2. Just before that, you have to analyze what are the given data in the problem. Okay, the air compressor takes the air at 1 bar pressure at 27 degrees Celsius and compresses the same according to the law. PV raised to 1.2 equals to constant. Here it is 1.2 equals to constant. It is then delivered to the receiver at constant pressure of 10 bar. Okay, here P1 is given 1 bar, P2 is given 10 bar. P2 and P3 are same. P1 and P4 are same. Okay, if R for 0.287 is kilojoules per kg Kelvin. If the value of R is not given, you have to assume the value of R as 0.287 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. For all the problems, you have to remember the three values. I'll tell Cp equals to 1.005 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. Cv equals to 0.718 kilojoules per kg Kelvin, and R gas constant is okay, and the value of gas constant is Cp minus Cv, that is 0.287 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. These three values you should remember. These problems are very simple. Okay, just you have to remember one formula, that is work done during compression process. Okay, you have to find out temperature at the end of the compression, work done, and heat transferred. Here in this problem they ask to add heat transfer. Okay, first they are given without clearance volume. Okay, without clearance volume and single stage. Always you have to draw this diagram. Okay, next, first thing is you have to write the given data. P1 is what? 1 bar, and T1 is 20 degrees Celsius. Convert in Kelvin, that is 293 Kelvin. Then compression process, N is given 1.2. Okay, next P2 and P3 are same, that is 10 bar. R value is given. First you have to find out temperature at the end of the compression. It is same process. You have to apply the relationship between temperature and pressure for polytropic compression is given by T1 by T2 equals to P1 by P2 to the power of N minus 1 divided by N, or you can take T2 by T1 equals to P2 by P1 to the power of N minus 1 divided by N. Both are having same meaning. Okay, you can either apply this equation or that equation. Okay, here T1 is there, 293, that is Kelvin. T2 unknown thing, and P1 is given 1 bar, P2 is given 10 bar, okay, and to the power of 1.2 minus 1 divided by 1.2. So after solving this one, we are getting the T2 as 430 Kelvin. You remember, after compression, both the pressure and temperature increases. You should get the higher value as that of T1. T2 is always greater than T1, whereas P2 is always greater than P1 because it is a compression process. You remember, during compression process, both temperature and pressure increases. On the other hand, during expansion process, both pressure and temperature decreases. Okay. Next, suppose if they are not given mass flow rate, you assume it as 1 kg. Okay, that is for 1 kg of air, how much work is done? You have to apply the same formula, n divided by n minus 1 into mr T2 minus T1. This is the expression for work done during your polytropic compression. You studied work done in basic thermodynamics for different process. Same formula you are going to apply. It is nothing but n divided by n minus 1 into P2 V2 minus P1 V1, or n divided by n minus 1 into mr T2 minus T1. Okay, we know n. Okay, 1.2 divided by 1.2 minus 1 into m is what? 1 kg. So if they are not given anything, you have to take it as 1 kg. Okay, into 0.287 into T2 is how much? Just now we found out using this formula, 430 Kelvin minus of T1 is your 293 Kelvin. And you remember, don't express temperature in Celsius. You have to express temperature always in Kelvin. Remember, then only you'll get the correct answer. And all the units you have to express in terms of kilogram units. Okay, don't express in bar or Pascal. Always you have to express the units in kilo. Okay, or kilo, Kelvin, like that. Then only you'll get the correct answer. Okay, so it is the work done is 235.9 kilojoules per kg of air, because we are considering the mass as 1 kg. So this is how this much of amount is work done in case of single stage reciprocating air compressor. And one more point they asked, to find out heat transfer. Okay, we found out the work done. Okay, we found out the work done as this one, 235.9 kilojoules per kg of air. Then okay, so the heat transfer during the compression is, and you studied in the basic thermodynamics that Q equals to delta U plus W. That is first law of thermodynamics. Okay, Q equals to delta U plus W, where Q is heat transfer, delta U is change in internal energy, and W is your work done. Okay, that is first law of thermodynamics you studied in basic thermodynamics. Same thing, work done is given. Okay, then what is the formula for this one? Q equals to delta U plus W, but it is polytropic compression. I think you might have remembered this equation. This equation I derived in the basic thermodynamics. The heat transfer during a polytropic process is given by, just you remember the formula, mCV into gamma minus 1 divided by n minus 1 into T2 minus T1. This is the amount of heat transfer during polytropic process. Okay, just you remember the formula. This is the formula for work done. Okay, and this is the formula for your heat transfer. Otherwise you can apply Q equals to delta U plus W. Q is 0 and delta U equals to mCV into T2 minus T1. You have to remember this formula. This is the heat transfer during polytropic compression. mCV into gamma minus 1 divided by n minus 1 into T2 minus T1. Okay, m is what? 1 kg. And what about this one CV, as I said, you have to remember certain value. CV is always you have to take 0.718 and CP as 1.005. Okay, gamma is what? 1.4. Don't make confusion between gamma and n. Okay, gamma is adiabatic index 1.4 minus of 1.2 divided by 1.2 minus 1. Okay, just you remember this is the expression for work done during polytropic process, either it may be compression or expansion, whatever it is. Whereas this is the formula for what is the heat transfer takes place during polytropic process. MCV gamma minus 1 divided by n minus 1 into T2 minus T1. M is 1 kg, CV is 0.718, gamma is what? 1.4. Suppose they are not given, you have to assume. And n is given in the problem, PV raised to 1.2. N is 1.2 divided by 1.2 minus 1. T2 you have to find out using this formula. You remember T2 by T1 equals to P2 by P1 to the power of n minus 1 divided by n. Whereas the term P2 by P1 is called as pressure ratio, you remember. So after solving this problem, we'll get the amount of heat transferred as 98.36 kilojoules per kg. Sometimes they may ask to find out change in internal energy. What is the change in internal energy? Q equals to delta U plus W. We know Q. We know W. So from that one, you can find out delta U. Delta U equals to Q minus W. In this case, you'll get negative answer. Negative sign indicates that your compression process. So delta U equals to Q minus W. So negative always indicates that the process is of compression type. For expansion, you will get positive value. You remember, this is how to find out the work done and heat transfer in a polytropic process. Same equation you used in the work done formula in basic thermodynamics. Okay. Okay. Now, I'll explain one problem with respect to clearance volume. I hope you understood the problems on without clearance volume. Okay, I'll take one example of clearance volume so that whenever they'll give the clearance volume, first you have to analyze the PV diagram. PV diagram is most important thing. Okay. Okay. Just I'll take this problem. Okay, so problem on reciprocating air compressor with clearance volume. Okay, so you have to draw the a diagram. Okay, so diagram is 1 to 2 is your polytropic compression. Okay, this is the problem. I'll explain the problem first. A single cylinder, single stage means single cylinder. Double acting. Double acting means so that the working fluid, that is air, acts on the both side of the piston. That is called as double acting. Single acting means the working fluid acts only on one side of the piston. A single stage means it is single cylinder. Double acting, air is required to deliver 14 meter cube of air per minute. Okay, that is P1 is given, that is 1.013 bar, and V1 is given, that is 14 meter cube per minute. That is V1. That is the volume of the air delivers, okay, at 1.013 bar and 15 degrees Celsius. So T1 is 15 degrees Celsius. The delivery pressure is 7 bar, means P2 and P3 are same, that is 7 bar. And the speed of engine is given, that is 300 RPM. Take the clearance volume of 50%, 5% as that of swept volume. So they are given the condition that the clearance volume is 5% of your swept volume or stroke volume. Okay, from V1 up to V3, here it is clearance volume. That is V1 minus V3 is your clearance volume, and here V1 minus the up from here to here, it is your stroke volume. Just you observe the PV diagram. Up to this portion it is clearance volume. From here to here it is stroke volume. And the total cylinder volume is your VC plus VS, you remember. So this is the clearance volume. They are given in the problem that the clearance volume is 5% of swept volume. Okay. And the expansion index is 1.3. That is PV raised to 1.3 equals to constant for both compression process and expansion process. You remember the value of N is given as 1.3 here. Okay. N is given. P1 is given 1 bar. T1 is given 15 degrees Celsius. P2 is given 7 bar. And speed of engine is given 300 RPM. The value of N is 1.3 and 5% of stroke. Okay, VC equals to 5% of VS. Okay, and I derived one formula. Okay, to find out how to find out volumetric efficiency. That is 1 plus C minus C to the power of V2 by P1 to the power of 1 by N. Okay, where C is what? Clearance ratio. That is clearance ratio is 0.05. That is 5 divided by 100 is equals to 5%. Means you have to take 0.05. You remember this formula for volumetric efficiency in terms of clearance ratio. 1 plus 0.05 minus 0.05 to the power of P2 by P1 to the power of 1 by N. This derivation I derived. So P2 is what? 7 divided by 1.013 to the power of 1 by N. You remember the formula for volumetric efficiency in terms of clearance ratio. So first you have to find out the volumetric efficiency as 82.88% of this is clearance ratio, that is 5%. 7 is P2 and P1 is 1.013 bar to the power of 1 divided by 1.3. It is N value is given in the problem. So after this one, you are going to find out 82.88%. Okay. And one more formula you should remember, that volumetric efficiency is given by V1 divided by Vs into 2N. Whenever this is the relationship between your volumetric efficiency and swept volume. Okay, so derivation is not required, just you have to remember this formula for volumetric efficiency. So eta vol equals to V1 divided by Vs into 2N, where Vs is your stroke volume and N is what? Your speed. So why you are taking 2 means it is called double acting. For that purpose, you have to take twice the speed. Okay, to and fro 2 times. Okay, so you have to substitute this value. Volumetric efficiency is given how much? 0.8288, and V1 V1 is given in the problem, that is 14 meter cube per minute. divided by Vs unknown and 2 into N. N is given 300 RPM. Okay. So 0.8288 14 divided by Vs into 300. One more thing, you don't convert meter cube per second because 300 is RPM, revolutions per minute. That's why you have to put 14 in terms of meter cube per minute only. Don't convert. Okay. So this formula you should remember. 0.8288 equals to V1 is 14 meter cube per minute given in the problem, divided by Vs is unknown thing, into 300 is your RPM, into twice. You have to multiply by 2 because it is double acting. Okay. So once you find out the swept volume, so next step is you have to find out your delivery temperature. You have to apply same formula between the process 1 to 2. That is T2 by T1 equals to P2 by P1 to the power of N minus 1 divided by N, or T1 by T2 to equals to P1 by P2 to the power of N minus 1 divided by N. Okay. After substituting all the values, we know T1 means 15 degrees Celsius. T2 unknown. P1 is 1 bar. P2 is 7 bar. And N is 1.3. N value is same for polytropic expansion as well as compression. After substituting, you'll get the value of T2 as 450 Kelvin. And one more thing, next, work done per second. How you are applying the formula? Same formula you have to apply. N divided by N minus 1 into MR T2 minus T1. We know T2, we know T1. Okay. Next, for expand we have to find out P1 V1 equals to MRT1. Okay. This is the ideal gas equation. Okay. Ideal gas equation is PV equals to MRT. So M equals to P1 divided V1 divided by RT1. P1 is given how much? 1.013 bar, and you have to convert in kilo, you remember here. And V1 is 14 divided by 60. As I said, you have to convert in terms of second because we are going to express the power in watts. That's why here you have to convert, but here in volumetric efficiency don't convert because it is in RPM, it is in meter cube per minute. Okay. P1 is 1 bar into 14 divided by 60 divided by R is, as I said, 0.287 into T1 is 288. Okay. 0.286 kg per second of mass is flowing inside the compressor. Okay. Next, IP is same formula. As I said, it is N divided by N minus 1 into MR T2 minus T1. Very simple formula. How we are applying for without clearance? Same formula you have to apply. Okay. This is how much amount of the work is power is developed. Work done per second or power developed, both are same. You remember that we are calling it as indicated power in case of RAC. So 1.3 divided by 1.3 minus 1 into 0.286, that is R. Okay.